Hello everybody, this is Daniel Babis. Welcome back to Daily Soap Dish. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button down below. We cover a ton of 90 Day Fiancé here. Alright, so let's get into it. Today we have another story about Paul, Staehle, and Karine from Brazil. Now, I was originally going to cover something else, but this situation is blowing up as we speak. The drama is getting insane. The situation is getting actually really bad, sadly. So I just want to update you guys on the latest in this, in the situation between this couple. So we did a video on them yesterday where we talked about how Paul actually did an Instagram live while the police were at his house. The police were called to his house by Karine and perhaps also her lawyer, and they came to his house, and Paul told them like he had no idea why they were there, that he was never violent to Karine, and and all of that stuff. You can see that video. I did it yesterday. You can look at that video for more information about what happened. But basically, from what we gather, it's that they're having a bit of a custody war, and Karine is trying to get her son Pierre and take off back to Brazil. She doesn't seem to be happy in the US right now. She is not happy with Paul, and of course we know that they had issues before. They've had many issues. This has been a contentious relationship for years now, it feels like, and things are just escalating like they have never before. So basically, this is where we're at right now. So yesterday we did this video where they were having this altercation, let's just say, or this argument, which had to do with Karine wanting to take Pierre back to Brazil, and somehow she called the cops on Paul, and so on and so forth. I don't believe the cops really did much of anything. They ended up by telling Paul that they can't really get involved in custody battles. That's, it's not really their sphere of or domain. However, what happened since then is pretty insane. So Paul went back on Instagram Live. Of course, he did this Instagram Live about 2 days ago, live with the police, but he kind of deleted that video. But he is back at it right now. So he is going on his Instagram Live, and he's also posting all kinds of things about the craziness that is unfolding as we speak. So let's get into it. So just a few hours ago, Paul posted on his Instagram what looks to be a restraining order. So Karine took out a restraining order against Paul. So I'm just gonna read to you guys quickly what it says. So, on multiple occasions within the past 3 weeks, the respondent pushed me, he grabbed my breast, squeezing and twisting, hurting me, pushing me to the floor, covering my mouth, and forcing his penis into my mouth, and forcefully rapes me. If I refuse, he throws things, he yells, or he threatens to call the police. He currently is holding my green card and all my documents. I am not allowed to leave the house. He monitors my phone. He has cameras around the house, and he can see through his phone who arrives, who leaves. He threatens to take our son Pierre away if I ever leave. He forced me to drink alcohol by threat, and he got me so drunk, let's just continue here. So he calmed down. He is constantly on social media making videos of me against my will, saying I am crazy, saying I have mental illness. Recently he called CPS. So a correction, yesterday I said that it was Karine that called CPS. Well, it looks like it was Paul, so a correction there. CPS, and told I was always drunk, aggressive, and abusive to him. He posts on social media that I have several men, even knowing that he has cameras around the house, and I can't, and I gave something like that. I can't read that word. Then it goes on, I have no access to money for my son or myself. I went to the doctor to try to get contraceptive in the doctor's office. He said no, because I would be doing an abortion. The doctor explained the contraceptive was only for preventing, and I would not get pregnant. Then Paul said no and took me home. I came to the US to visit my in-laws, and now he does not let me go back. We got married in Brazil, and our plans were to live in Brazil, not in the US. When I asked to go back to my family, he threatens to take my son away. I am terrified he will hurt me or hurt my son because I ran away from him, and I am even afraid to go back to Brazil now because he can go to Brazil and hurt us. Wow. I have my family in Brazil, but I don't feel that that law enforcement will protect me from him there. I am afraid of him and his mother because his mother knows what he does, and she refuses to report her son. I have witnessed him threatened and being violent with his own mother. I do not want any contact with him or his mother, his friends or family. I do not want them close. I am afraid of them hurt my son for revenge. Wow. So Karine, actually, wow, there's a lot going on here, guys. This is an insane case, and I am actually just kind of learning more things as I go along because there's just so much information on this whole situation. So from what I gathered, there's just so much. But basically, she's throwing around some serious accusations, and I think that maybe TLC is going to have to step into this whole situation because, you know, these accusations, they have to be investigated. This is very serious. This is not just, you know, like just a bit of a domestic issue. This is serious. She's accusing Paul of raping her. This is not a joke, guys, and this has to be investigated. TLC is going to have to step into this matter and see what exactly is going on, because this is just absolutely ridiculous. And of course they have a son, Pierre, that is in the middle of this, and this little guy, he is going to be scarred for life if this situation just keeps unfolding in this matter. So this is insane. So she is accusing Paul of basically hurting her, squeezing her body parts, and then forcing himself sexually onto her, which is, wow, that is just unbelievable. I don't know what to say, guys. I honestly kind of skipped over this part the last time around because I just read the second part, so I'm just reading this now, and I am completely shocked by what I am reading right here. And the worst of it is that it's actually Paul that is posting this on social media for everybody to see. This is on his Instagram account right now, unless he deletes it by the time that I post this video. So it's right there, this restraining order. And honestly, I don't know what Paul is trying to do with this, because I don't see how this is making him look good whatsoever. Basically, look, I did the video yesterday, and someone commented on the video, and kudos to that person, that yes, Paul has all these cameras around his house, but because he installed the cameras and because he has control to the cameras, well, he controls the footage. So in fact, if he is doing anything inappropriate to Karine, or anything abusive, or even, you know, as in this case, rape, as Karine is saying here, he can delete that footage and just keep the footage where Karine is the one assaulting him. But the thing is, for all we know, that could just be in retaliation for the way that Paul is treating her. So the thing is, we can't really trust that footage because it is coming from one biased source in a conflict between two sources. So I have to agree, and kudos to that person for pointing it out. But this is just absolutely insane, guys. And right now, Karine has taken Pierre, and Paul does not know where Karine and Pierre are. He did also a live where he is imploring, I believe, Karine to kind of contact her mother because her mother is worried. So she is kind of like on the run with Pierre as we speak. Now, in this live, Paul also said that his neighbors were the ones that contacted him to tell him that Karine had taken Pierre into this random car. He later said that it was a random man's car, just to clarify, and she just put Pierre in the car, no seatbelt, no nothing, and just took off. And his neighbors called him because they were worried about what exactly was going on. Now, also in this live, this is, like I said, there is a lot, guys, in this whole matter. It's really crazy. In this live, actually, Pierre was at a hospital, and he went to a hospital to do an STD test. And by the end of all, he did a slew of lives. By the end of it all, he actually said that he came out positive with a positive STD test. And then he goes on saying that he doesn't know how it's possible because he's never cheated on Karine. So wow, we have two sides. Well, I mean, right now we're getting a lot of one side, actually, a lot of Paul's side. The only thing that we're getting from Karine's side really is these letters, and she kind of addresses some of the talking points that Paul mentioned, you know, in this life and in previous lives about the cameras and about how, you know, like Paul said that she was kind of abusive to him. Well, she's kind of, you know, countering all of that with her own claims of, you know, really shocking claims, I have to say. And I honestly don't know what is going on with this case right now, guys. But, you know, I implore TLC to step in because this is escalating in a really bad way. And, you know, we've had a lot of people on the show with very sketchy past, very sketchy personalities. But I don't think that you can have this level of craziness, you know, go on and just keep these people on the show. This is just not right. And of course, there are people, you know, there are young children at play here. So I think someone has to step in and try to do something about this. I don't know what to say. There's just so much going on here. It's absolutely insane, guys. Just let us know what you think down below. What do you think? Should TLC get involved in this? Should TLC take Paul and Karine completely off the show? Because, you know, for all intents and purposes, this couple, you know, Karine is taking their son, Pierre, and she wants to go back to Brazil. Basically, this couple is done. You know, unless something crazy happens, which you never know in the realm of 90 Day Fiancé, but for all intents and purposes, they are breaking, I believe they're kind of breaking their NDA. You know, we had similar issues with Lisa and Usman last season, and they were kind of going off at each other on social media. Of course, Lisa also used the N-word, but Lisa was kind of removed from the show. Lisa and Usman were kind of quietly removed from the show. Lisa, of course, countered that by saying she was not fired, but they were definitely kind of taken off, removed quietly from appearing on other spin-offs and so on. And, you know, a lot of people said that it was either because of the N-word or because, you know, the way that they were talking online and creating all this real-time drama was kind of like breaking the NDA. And I feel like this, well, this is... Actually, this is way worse. Let's be honest. This is actually the worst situation that I have seen on 90 Day Fiancé probably forever. So I think that someone needs to step in. I think the people at TLC, you know, entertainment is fine, but real life issues that affect real people is a different matter. And I think right now is the time that someone needs to step in. All right. Well, look, this is it. I'll try to keep you guys updated on anything else we find. So in the meanwhile, you know, just keep coming back to the channel, guys. Please subscribe. We appreciate all the support. Give the video a big thumbs up, and you know, yeah. Look, it's a sad situation, but you know, we'll try to stay on top of it. All right, we'll see you guys.